Hi, this will be the second video I made regarding my incidents roughly 2 hours ago. So the first video I made is actually is a little rough because I kind of swore a lot. I was a little emotional, and now since I've calmed down a little bit, I can better describe the situation and hopefully give people some warnings and tips on how to avoid those situations. And of course, I totally deserve this. As I put myself in this situation that I shouldn't have put myself into. So basically, let me tell you from the beginning to the end. So it was Sunday, and I just moved to Toronto. I'm on my co-op term, and in Toronto on Sunday, I don't yet have a regular church I can go to. So I searched up online that there's a pretty nice church that around college area. So basically, I live by the lakeshore, by Spadina and Queens Quay. So it was a 5 o'clock Sunday service. So I decided 4:30 to leave my place and walk up from my place up to from across Spadina to up to Dundas to college. And of course, in Toronto, Chinatown is in the Spadina and Dundas area. So I had to walk past Chinatown. So as I was walking, my intention was, to really go to the service. And I've sinned a lot, in the past few weeks. I haven't been, you know, been really serving the Lord as I would like, and so I want to go there and just have a peace of mind and relax. So as I was walking there, I met two missionaries there preaching the gospel. So I stopped for a few minutes and have a conversation with them, and we were talking about things like love, Jesus, salvation, the second coming of Christ, and stuff like that. Just faith stuff, related stuff. So in this video, I'm not gonna exactly go into such details on the conversation. It was a pretty long conversation that carried around 10 minutes. And in the middle of the conversation, a middle-aged man actually joined us in the conversation, and he offered his own insight about Jesus, and he was talking about how this world really needs Jesus because it's a very bad world, very sad and very dark, which I agree with him. I think it's the world is kind of bad at this point. So then we went on and have a conversation, and yeah, it was good conversation. We each inspire each other, to feel each other, and so actually, and then afterwards, and he's like, "Hey, little brother," he referred me. Well, the conversation was in Mandarin, so I'm doing my best to translate into English. So basically, he was like, "Hey, little brother, I really like you. You're a nice young man." I'm like, "Yeah, thank you, I appreciate that. I make a lot of mistakes, I sin a lot, and I just wanna be on the path of Jesus Christ." So then after that, and he said, "Hey, would you like to join me to a place?" So he's gonna take me to an apartment that someone else's own. That I don't know exactly what's going on, but he basically invited me to dinner to some place, and I agreed. I said, "Yeah, sure, we can share and about Jesus, testify, as brother to brother, share some insights, and open up to each other and say, what mistakes I made, hopefully to inspire one another." So I followed him from we left those two missionary, and we say, "Yeah, good, goodbye, God bless you." So we crossed the street, we passed a few blocks, and then we went to this apartment. So basically, on the road, he was talking about how Jesus had really helped him along the way, and how he's a born again, and really changed his life. I really felt in him. I said, "Yeah, like I think we all make mistakes. We all go through difficult times, but as long as we do what we gotta do, we stay vigilant, we stay faithful. Bad times, trying times will pass." So I followed him, to this apartment, and it was on the 11th floor. So we took the elevator. up, and everything at that point was fine. I was totally off guard, unsuspected of anything. I thought, man, this dude is really a follower of Jesus. He's a brother, brother in Christ. So I totally just off guard. I was completely relaxed. I was completely calm. I'm really outgoing person. I would, be very outspoken. I will always share my ideas. I'm really not afraid to a lot of things. I'm really, I really take my chances. Let's just say, I take a lot of those chances. So, I just, yeah, like on the surface, I just met this guy randomly in Chinatown on the street. So, he invited me to his place, and I just followed him. Yeah, at the time, I didn't really think that, I just thought, yeah, he just invited me so we can share testimony about Jesus, have a nice conversation. This is what missionaries do. This is what, a lot of brothers in Christ do. We come, we share, we invite somebody in our home, and we share about Jesus, and there we go. So at that point, I was totally unsuspected. I went to his house. Everything was fine. He was friendly. He seemed totally a nice guy. Totally fine. Yeah, and the house, in the house, I met a old lady there and cooking for us. So that he was he sat me on this dining table, and has like pour me some drinks, give me some dishes, like, hey, brother, make yourself at home, we're all brothers in Christ here, there's, make yourself at home. I was very comfortable. I was very, appreciative. I said, yeah, this is really great, like, I really want to share with you, really want to get to know you. And even though I was supposed to be at this church Sunday service, but I thought, yeah, maybe this might be, a little better, because I'm still serving, maybe I'm still doing something, but but that was it. And so in the dining, when we sat on the dining table, we had a few drinks. We're talking about some things. We started talking about, he's from China. So I came here when I was 11 years old, so I really not really get caught up with the Chinese politics overseas and what's going on there. So it's kind of, gave me some insights of what's going on there, the politics, the state of affairs, the economy, and things like that. So I was like, yeah, I really want to learn a little bit and just, hear your side of the story. And I'm a little westernized right now, but I do want to get to know, this, where I came from in Inner Mongolia. I told him, that's where I was from, and it's, yeah, that's a good place, like it's, he said he's from Shanxi province, which where my ancestors are from. But I said, yeah, we found some common grounds. I think it's great. So the conversation went fine. We just talk about history, China, Jesus, love and peace, and just a lot of things like that. And the conversation was very fine. I felt welcome. I felt at home. I was totally off guard. I didn't think that I was in danger in any situation. At any moment, I was, relaxed. I was calm. I was thinking, yeah, what, I'm here. I'm here having conversation about Jesus, testifying, and just, having, some conversations. And so I was completely off. And then he started talking about his personal issues. How he came here, he doesn't really speak English that well. He couldn't get a job. I really felt for him. I told him, yeah, what, really, it's not really about you when you can't get a job, because I know this, because I go through, a co-op process and things. I say it's really how you present yourself, and how you get people to like you in an interview so you can get the job. And whether or not you're exactly qualified 100% is not really relevant. So I gave him some insights, and he really appreciative. He said, I like you, my brother. You're young, you're nice, you're handsome. I thought, yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And then he started talking about his problems, like how his wife have left him, and ran off with another man, and how he has a 10-year-old son and 20-year-old daughter. And I really felt for him. I said, what, don't worry, things will come past as long as you have faith and do what you got to do. So, and then he started saying like how he has a 20-year-old daughter studying nurse at University of Toronto, and really want to get to know me, and possibly we can go on a date or something. That's he said that in Mandarin. I was, oh, whoa, I don't want to go there. I'm right now, I'm just focused on what I do. But maybe he's just joking. I didn't know. I wasn't suspecting of anything. Maybe that's a little weird. I know it's Chinese people. When they come to these things, it can be a little weird. So I say, oh, whoa, like, I'm just joking. It was all good. And then that was. At that point, I still wasn't suspecting of anything, because the conversation is still conversation. We're having some some drink and talking about and thing. And all of a sudden, I guess he had too much to drink, and he started getting moody. He started, things started escalating, but he wasn't very nice anymore. He was starting swearing. Eventually he started swearing at me. He started yelling at me. He started just, I can't really describe, though it was so weird. Like, he's just starting calling. He called me he called me some words, so which I do not want to say it here. It's kind of inappropriate words, swearing words. Like, I said those words in the previous video I made, but I'm not gonna upload it now because it's just not appropriate. So, like, I didn't do anything. This guy invited me to his house. I wasn't out of line of anything. I was just being who I am and just talking and listening. So he was staring at me. I was like totally off guard. I say, well, maybe he had too much to drink. Well, calm down. I try to say, yo, whoa, buddy, calm down. Like, don't have to get emotional here. We're all brothers here. I'm not here to get you. You invited me here, and we're all good. You know what I mean? And about another 10 minutes, this was the most fucked up part, and this was the moment when I almost got stabbed, because he left his